You see this phone? You see this phone right here? You see this phone? Man, F that phone. Give me a like, thumbs up. Hello, this has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. And hopefully I didn't just waste $1,199. Yeah. Alright, so let's get started on this week's news. Basically this week we have some pretty interesting news, some pretty interesting leaks that literally, and some announcements that just happened. So we have to go over all of it, so let's get started with it. And the first bit is definitely going to be the Galaxy S10 or Beyond is the code name. And this is going to be going over the different screen sizes. So let's take a look. So we have here a 5.8-inch flat display. So it looks like there will actually be a flat display. Now this is the S10 Lite, S10 Mini, whatever the hell they want to call it, that's what it's going to be. Then you're going to have a 5.8 curve or edge display, and then a 6.44 edge display, just to say F you Apple, our screen is bigger. That's honestly kind of what it really is. But yeah, so that is why they're doing that screen size, just so they could be bigger than the iPhone display. But overall, this is a really interesting layout. 5.8 is pretty much what we've gotten from the S series for the past 2 years, I want to say now. So that is traditional. We are getting a little bit bigger in the plus size variant, simply because of the fact that yes, we are going to have a bigger screen. 6.44 will be the biggest Samsung screen, I believe, ever on their smartphones. Could be wrong. Maybe there was a 6.5 with the megas. I forget. All right. So let's go to the next one, and that is the OnePlus 6T. We do have the official date for the invite, and that is going to be October 17th. So October 17th looks like to be the date when everything is going down with the OnePlus 6T, which means that it's a good thing I'm about to list my OnePlus 6 for sale, because although this did just get the Android 9.0 update, want to sell it while it still has value, and I can get ready to get the OnePlus 6T to review for you guys after I do the camera comparison between the iPhone and the OnePlus 6, of course. We'll have to do that first and then do one later. Alright, now that's not the only news with the OnePlus 6T. We do have a leaked shoot of renders showing a few things, namely though the teardrop notch, as they're calling it, the fingerprint display scanner, and no headphone jack. And the no headphone jack is going to be key in a few moments. So overall, this looks like what we're getting with the OnePlus 6T. It does look like it's coming to carriers in the US. It does look like there's going to be no headphone jack, speakers on both sides, Type-C cable still, of course. But yeah, the reason why I say about the no headphone jack is because there was a big dispute that OnePlus 6 got themselves into over this past week. And that is OnePlus 6 posted on Twitter to all of their fans, what is your favorite part? What is your favorite feature about the OnePlus 6? What is your favorite feature? And you know what everyone said? Just to F them? The headphone jack. The headphone jack was the thing that everyone basically commented on. It was the top ranking answer by far on the favorite feature of the OnePlus 6. And of course, that is the feature that OnePlus 6 is getting rid of, and they are far too late to back out of now. But it's really funny because, again, I feel like the parent company Oppo is making moves on their phones that OnePlus 6 users don't necessarily want on their phones. So I think it's a disconnect, honestly, between the parent company and the current company, but we'll have to wait and see how many people don't like it or not like it, or how it really goes. But I do think that it's very funny because they really heavily got mocked on the headphone jack being the top one. It's really funny if you go ahead and take a look at the thread. I'll show you which one it is just so you can see it. But basically, what is your favorite OnePlus 6 feature? And everyone basically said the headphone jack. I do agree that actually that that I would love the wireless charging. That was my answer, was the wireless charging one. But yeah, it was really funny, all the comments that people came up with for the OnePlus 6, OnePlus 6T. But yeah, it really, like, they were trying to do damage control as much as possible. But yeah, maybe they should watch what they ask for. Be careful what you wish for, as they say. Alright, in other really cool news, we get our first images at the LG V40. Now, this is going to be announced October 4th. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, the triple camera on the back. I really hope we get the wide angle, telephoto, and regular. It's the first phone that I will use that has all three. So I'm very excited for it. We have talked to LG. It looks like we are hopefully going to get a review in it of their new phone, which I'm guessing is going to be this one. But yeah, so really excited to check that out. Cannot wait to see it. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what LG comes out with overall, and I hope that it gains some momentum. I really do. All right. And that, by the way, that was by Ev Leaks. Of course, he would be the first one to leak it. And then we have the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, Mate 20 Pro. And this one is just basically, we're getting the full images of how it looks like. I think we've seen a lot of the images already, but it is going to have that notch again. You are going to have a very different looking triple camera setup, which I'm very excited for. I really want this phone so bad because I didn't get the P20. And that is probably the only flagship phone that I really haven't gotten this year. And everyone told me about how good the camera quality is, how good the low light specifically was. And still to this day, I've not found a phone that matches the Note 9 with low light. We are going to see with the iPhone XS Max Plus, you know, Omega. But yeah, we're going to see with that phone and see how it ranks. The camera comparisons will come this week. But again, I'm just really interested in this Huawei Mate 20 Pro to see how it competes with it. The big thing is this phone is supposed to have the 8R core and also supposed to possibly have basically, they're supposed to be working more with Google on the whole architecture of cameras. So I'm really kind of curious to see what could turn out of that. If Google starts bringing their camera software to more Android smartphones, that would be amazing. Alright, and then the final news that literally was just announced like 20 minutes ago or an hour ago, and that is the Oculus, what is it called? The Oculus Quest. And this is going to be the most powerful VR headset, but it's not shipping until next year, springtime. Basically, this is a $400 true wireless headset. It's supposed to be, you know, he made it seem like, Mark Zuckerberg made it seem like it was going to be double the power of the current Oculus Go, which again is the VR headset I recommend you buy this year. That's half the price and has one controller. This one has two controllers, so you can pretty much play almost all Oculus Rift games on here that can handle with the power that's currently on here. It also has a much better display at 1440p, so you're really going to get a better resolution in terms of the quality of your images. So I really am very curious to see how this will turn out. Overall, I am still interested in VR. I know a lot of people, I feel like, have given up on VR, but I am still interested to see just how it turns out and how overall it can improve over the years. I think VR is going to improve dramatically over the years, and once we get a really wow factor game, movie, something like that, it's going to be big. So yeah. Alright guys, that was the news for this week. Now I'm going to start answering your questions live. So if you have questions you want me to answer, just answer them, ask them in the comment section, and I will get to them before the end of the show. Rigsby for life. Rigsby after death. I almost went to sleep before I realized the podcast was tonight. Losing track of the week. I know, same here. I can say that it does look like we will be making a return to Sundays next month. It is one reason why I never changed the banner, by the way. So I never changed the banner on my channel because I always believed we would go back to Sundays at 8 p.m. It does look like that will be the case. But again, still figuring everything out. So bear with me. But it looks like mid-October. We'll see. All right, Rigsby lives. I have seen camera comparisons between the Note 9 and the iPhone XS. You haven't seen mine. I'll choose iPhone camera. I did not blame them because beauty mode and HDR on the Note 9's not good. Well, beauty mode is on by default on the iPhone XS, if you didn't know, and you cannot disable it. There is a beauty mode currently on the iPhone that you cannot disable on the XS and XS Max. If you turn off the HDR, it does heighten it, but that's just the thing you guys should know. We will be testing out. We normally don't do a day shot, but because everyone's talked about the HDR with the iPhone, we will be doing a day shot. The reason I don't like to do day shots in my camera comparisons is because any phone can do a day shot. Any phone. Like, you can get a $200 smartphone and it can do a day shot. You probably can get a $100 smartphone and it can do a day shot. Day shots are very easy to do by any camera, by any means. But what I like to test is the extreme test, so that you can know when you really need to take a photo, which one's going to be the best. That's why we did the extreme low light test that the iPhone X, for instance, did fail horribly compared to the Note 9, and the iPhone XS doesn't have a better low light. And we're gonna test everything out, but you know, the color reproduction is not as good on the iPhone XS. It's more warmer than even the Note is, which is concerning. But yeah, so we're gonna test it out. I'm really kind of curious to see how everything will be. I'm also kind of curious if I do need to put a beauty mode on the Note 9 to make the selfie comparison fair, but we're just gonna have to see how it all turns out. And again, that will be tested this week. I'm gonna be putting the paces through the iPhone XS Max, the Note 9, the Pixel 2 XL, the OnePlus 6, and I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. All right. I know I asked this to you before and you said no, but is it true the Note 8 will get software update to have AR emojis? I think, didn't it have a software update to get AR emojis? I don't know, actually. I haven't kept track of the AR emojis and software updates to the Note 8, but I know it got some software update, or was that, I think that was the lock screen 4K video, or no, not 4K, or yeah, I can do 4K 30 frames per second update that the Note 8 got, but I don't know if it got AR emojis. Beauty mode still exists even though it has been turned off. You can see for yourself, Super Staff and Danny widget camera comparison. I did see Super Staff's camera comparison. Again, I feel like a lot of YouTubers do camera comparisons that aren't really extreme tests, and that's what I strive to do on mine. Greens, YouTube Tech Guy, how was your day today? It was pretty good. Worked a lot, and yeah, just worked a lot. AR emojis are nothing special. True, I don't believe they're anything special. I've never used them really. Maybe Samsung will provide software update for the camera later, possibly. Greens, Ricky, hello everyone in the chat. Going good so far. Hey everyone from Vegas. Hey, Guillermo. Yeah, F that phone. Rip that phone. Yeah, throw that junk away. I do prefer flat displays. I actually have had so many people ask me, is Samsung ever going to go to a flat display again? And so when I saw that one phone would be flat display, I think people are going to buy that phone specifically for the flat display. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. New macOS dark mode is incredible. What are the prices? No word on price yet. Yeah. Scratch your left ear if you have the S10. Do not have the S10 yet. I have dark mode on Windows since a decade ago. Yeah, I mean, dark mode, I get it how like a lot of people are liking it, but with Windows, you've always had that ability. So I am very happy for Mac users to have it, but it's again something that like should have always been there. And don't get me wrong, like when Windows got multiple desktops and Apple had that for a long time. Again, these are things that, like, why aren't these things always have been these things that have always been there kind of things, and for both sides. iPhone XS Max is super fast and smooth. I will see. I want a 6.6 please help me before I make a mistake. I've been Samsung for a long time, but the iPhone XS had my attention, mainly the iWatch. I want one and the iPhone is so boring. Help me. I mean, why do you want the iWatch? I would say more than anything else. Like, a lot of people are making a big deal of the iWatch, and really it just doesn't have so many features that I think a smartwatch should. It doesn't have always on display. It doesn't have a good battery life compared to current new smartwatches, one in mind. It doesn't have the ability to have sleep tracking. It doesn't have the ability to have your own watch faces. Like, you really only have, like, what, 20 watch faces or something like that from Apple? I mean, like, the amount of watch faces that I can have is insane. And it's just because there's a watch store. So, like, the amount of different watch faces that I can have a Mario watch face, I can have a Street Fighter watch face. I literally, like, it's just like, it's so limited in comparison. But then again, I think that's Apple products in general, right? So I find it funny that, like, that there's such a hype over that one when I don't see why. And again, the stuff that's coming is cool. The fall detection, no reviewer can get to work. So how good is it at fall detection? So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what comes out. But yeah. Do you know if LG has a smart switch type like Samsung, and what is it called? LG does have like a transfer app, yes. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but it does start just like Samsung Smart Switch when you first turn on the phone. And if you search on an LG phone transfer, it should come up. iPhone Max, smooth and fast. People really are complaining about Wi-Fi signal problem. A lot of people are returning their phone. Yes, that is true. That they are having Wi-Fi issues. I'm going to see how mine turns out. I'm going to see how the overall signal turns out, but we'll have to wait and see. 2 IMEIs on the iPhone XS Max. Yes, it is a dual SIM phone, essentially, except one SIM is an eSIM. That's all. iPhone XS, extra expensive. Even with all the screens, still can't do split screen. Okay, I literally have got the phone today. You can't do split screen on this phone? God, Apple, that's a fail. That is such a fail. Wow. That is a fail, definitely. When is part 2 of the Note 9 tips? I know there's only part 1, been waiting on the next one. The next Note 9 tips video will be this weekend. I do not know what day. I'm thinking Saturday or Sunday, but it will be coming out this weekend. And next week we will do the must-have apps for the Note 9 video. That will also be coming. But we're going to have a lot of video comparisons coming out this week, and camera comparisons will probably be next week. I saw a guy talking on the phone with 3 cameras on the back. Have any idea what phone that could be imported? It could be the P20, the Huawei P20. That's one that comes off the top of my mind. It's been out for a while. New Apple Watch larger screen is off the charts. It is selling a lot. Yeah, definitely. Ricky, my daughter is a sophomore in college, needs a new laptop. What are your suggestions? I plan on spending $500 or less. What are your thoughts on Chromebooks? Thanks. Chromebooks can be difficult for college. I would say they're going to be good for high school and under, but I would not recommend them for college, to be honest. You really want full Windows in college. So I recommend you the same video that I've been recommending most people that ask for a laptop, and that is check out our Tech Rant video. So if you look on our page, towards the middle is the Tech Rant playlist. and check our tech rant on the Surface Go. In that video description, there is about, I want to say 10 plus laptops that I recommended that were from the price range of $400 to $600, and they are all really great laptops for a student that any student would love. So that would be my recommendation, is check that video out. Those are still great laptops. Now, the main thing you want to look for in a laptop is you want at least an i5 processor, if possible. You don't need an i7, i5 is fine for a student. And you want at least a solid state drive. So SSD is what you're looking for, and I would recommend 256 if possible, but if not, 128 should be an okay starting point. So those are my recommendations on what you need in the laptop. I also highly recommend 8 gigs of RAM. Nothing really under that, in my opinion, for a student. If you get those three things, i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and at least 128 gig SSD, you should be fine. All right. Let's see, what's next? Whoa, a bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Let's see. Sorry, my contacts are out of whack, so I'm having a hard time reading. Okay. Someone here, blue screen on the new iPhone 10. Blue screen? No, I haven't heard anything about a blue screen. Like a blue tint? Hey Ricky, how are you? How you response problems with OLED? Have you heard about the res problems about the OLED screens on iOS after iOS 12? No, I haven't. Let me know in the comment section, what do you mean by that? I got my Samsung T5 SSD, very sleek and fast. You know, it's funny, I didn't get it during that sale, and now I'm regretting it because I happen to need a drive that big, specifically 500. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get a sale on one of those soon. What happened to Samsung and Best Buy Note 9, 5, 112 gigs pre-order shipments? All pre-orders were canceled. They were all canceled? That's crazy. I did not hear about that. I did not hear about them being canceled. That is crazy. That is very bad customer service on Samsung and Best Buy's part. That is horrible. Now, from what I heard, they still were being shipped. Again, this was like weeks ago. They were still being shipped, but again, they weren't planned on being shipped till the 28th or the 30th, which is still not today. You know, we're still 2 days away from the 28th, and this weekend will be the 30th. But if they were canceled, oh man, that's bad PR. That's really sucks. I'm really sorry for that, if that's true. What are your thoughts about Android 10th year anniversary? It's really interesting, right? How life was so different 12 years ago. Because 12 years ago, we had no iPhone. We had no Android. You know, a smartphone was nothing compared to what it was now by today's standards. So it's really interesting. I did not get the G1. I did not jump on Android right away. I had the Voyager, I want to say it was called, the LG Voyager. Let me see if that's right. LG Voyager. Yes, I had the LG Voyager. So it was like, it looked like a smartphone, but it wasn't a smartphone. But it had a full keyboard and it had stereo front-facing speakers back then. Stereo front-facing speakers. It looked so cool. It was not a smartphone, but it definitely looked like a smartphone. But without that huge, ridiculous plan, right? So, you know, I was just like, I'm not going to get a smartphone. It's $30 more a month. It's just not worth it. And my friend, David, was actually the one to show me the first smartphone that I would end up buying. And that is the Droid. The Moto Droid was the first smartphone I ever bought. And the biggest reason, because I was already pretty techie, but the biggest reason why I never wanted to get I never saw a need for a smartphone was like, I don't need online. I mean, I don't know what these app things are, right, at the time. But the biggest reason was because I didn't want to pay that month's plan, so I didn't see a reason for it. But one thing I wanted to always have, but I hated the way it worked, was navigation. I always wanted a GPS in my car. I always wanted that. But I hated the way Garmin, Magellan, and I forget the third one. There was three major brands. And that how they did business, and that is you had to get a really expensive one to get real-time maps or real-time traffic. And not only that, but it wasn't always accurate, and you had to update it with a new SD card every year. So it was just like, it was so expensive. And lo and behold, Google Maps came out with real-time traffic. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever. That is, to this day, what got me into Google Maps with real-time traffic is what got me into Android. So yeah, that was the reason I got my first smartphone. Never looked back since. Got the Droid 2. I think I didn't get the Droid 3. I think I got the Droid 4. Or by that time I got the Samsung Charge, was the first 4G LTE phone I ever had. And then I had the Samsung Nexus. And then I had the S3 and kind of went from there. Yeah, I think that was the order I went in. What was your first smartphone? And what was your first all touchscreen smartphone, if there is a difference there? How long before carriers let us take advantage of dual SIMs on the new iPhones? I don't know. I don't know if carriers really are going to be that open to it. I mean, they can't do anything about it, really. I mean, you buy a new SIM card and that's kind of it, but yeah. You can get digits on T-Mobile in the US, but it's not quite the same. I get it. Yeah, you can definitely get multiple phone numbers on one phone with most carriers. Buy digits on T-Mobile and buy something else on another carrier. Why the herd is ignoring the blue screen on the iPhone 10? So what is the blue screen? Again, explain it. I'm watching on the Honor View 10, by the way. Oh yeah, you're one of the winners. Rico, you were one of the winners for the Honor giveaway, so congratulations again. Do you know how to get a new phone number without buying a new phone? Digits, Google Voice is still a way you can do it, so yeah, there's lots of ways to do it. Release date for the S10, I do not know still. The S10, I would imagine, is still coming out in February as of right now, but we'll have to wait and see if it does release early. Should I buy the S9 at this point in 2018? If you don't care about the latest and greatest, then yeah, it's still a great smartphone. If you want to wait for the latest and greatest, then yeah, I mean, you can, you know what, we're at the end of September, right? So October, November, December, January, maybe February. So 5 months, 4 to 5 months is what you're looking at to wait. I was so underwhelmed with the new iPhones. Glad I bought the Note 9. Yeah, a lot of people I feel made that decision actually. The iPhone XS is being excessive again. Note 8 is better. If you need a phone, buy a phone. Does the S9 still measure up to today with other smartphones? Yes, definitely. The S9 really is on par with the Note 9 in terms of camera quality, so you have to imagine that right there is like, oh yeah, it matches up in terms of camera quality. Battery life is still good. I think it's still better than the iPhone XS Max. We'll have to put it through its paces, but from what I hear, the iPhone XS Max does not have the best battery life it has the best iPhone battery life, but not the best battery life when it comes to all other smartphones. I came across the video on YouTube of a guy checking out a sleazy massage parlor hitting camera. It was... I see. So you're saying a porno has the same background music as me. Maybe simultaneous background music. Make sure everybody has their Rigsby branded sipping liquid for the stream. S8 still a strong phone today? Yes. I'm waiting for the OnePlus 6T and LG V40. A lot of people I think are to decide. I think those two along with the Pixel 3 will decide which phone you get this year. I think it's going to be one of those three or the two iPhone XS and Note 9 currently out. I think that's going to be everyone's decision making at this point. I've seen a video on how you can't adjust the settings on the camera app on the new iPhone. Seriously, some people are getting upset with quality of their pictures. You can't change the quality of it. That would be interesting. But I mean, people are more getting upset to the fact that it's a beauty mode that you can't take off. I think that's the biggest thing with the selfie camera. Do you know how to get the new phone number without? Yeah, I already answered that question. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Will Samsung make another Gear VR? I think they're going to make one next year, but I think it will be a standalone. I don't think you're going to put a phone in it anymore. Hope everyone has a great Wednesday. You should do a small collab video with Telsiv Tech and talk about the justification of iPhone X-ray terms on why not to buy it. I do not know who that is, but tag us on social media and yeah, maybe we'll do something. I'm always open to do any kind of collabs with any YouTuber. So if you have a YouTuber you would really want to see me do a collab with, tag us both on social media and be like, hey, you guys should totally do a collab. And maybe that'll start a conversation. I would more than happy to be any kind of collab really nowadays. Real phones have curves. Will Samsung get augmented reality or new phones? No, I think augmented reality is really going to be led by Google. The curious thing is who's going to make the first AR glasses between the three. Who's going to make the AR glasses between Apple, Google, and Samsung first? That is going to be the question. Technically, Google did a long time ago with Google Glass, but that was an epic fail. I think you're going to see AR glasses come, and I think 600 to 700 would be most likely a price range you're going to see them come in. But think about it. I mean, I think I have to believe eyewear will eventually take over smartphones in 10 years. I really do believe that. I believe it just makes sense for us to have some type of eyewear be our smartphone, if that makes any sense, eventually. So that way you don't have to hold anything, you don't have to do anything. You could have like a virtual keyboard you could be typing on or something along those lines, or pair a Bluetooth keyboard and just you have your whole operating system on your head. Yeah, I really see eyewear eventually taking over. Again, in 10 years time. But yeah, that's the one who I'm really curious to see which one's gonna take over first between those three. Who's going to have the first AR headset between Samsung, Google, and iPhone? Or sorry, Apple. Will Samsung get augmented reality in new phones? Oh yeah, we just answered that. Did Apple screw up by not making an iPhone SE 2? A lot of people do believe that, more so because of the screen size. Really, you don't have any smaller screen than 4.7 now? Or what's the screen size of the iPhone 7? Because I think that's the smallest screen size. I want to say it's 4.7. But yeah, that's the smallest screen you have now, whereas the iPhone SE 2 would have been a smaller screen. Hey Ricky, did the stamps on the photo editor stop allowing us to change text while keeping stamps original front and borders? I really haven't messed with the new photo editor that much, to be honest, so I'll have to wait and see. Do a Note 9 player's phone editing so my girl won't know I'm cheating on her. Phone editing. Wait, what? I don't know what you're asking about the Note 9 being a basically that kind of fun. Although I will say you should see our video on how to be a Bixby player. Which does show you how Bixby can help you cheat, if I remember correctly. That was a video I did like with the S9. I remember it was just fun to do, but I don't remember what features it had that came up with that. You can split screen in landscape mode only on the iPhone XS Max, but no multitasking like the Note lineup. Okay, I'm gonna have to really look into it because I'm very curious on that. But so you can't split screen in portrait mode. So that's kind of interesting. Hey Ricky, do you know when Samsung is going to update Bixby on the Note 8, also optimize it so less battery sucker? No, I don't. Although again, Samsung doesn't do many updates, so I wouldn't say soon. If I switch my phone to the S7 Edge to an LG, which app do I use, LG's or Samsung's? You would use LG's in that case. You always use the app of the manufacturer you're going to. Can you play 2 videos at the same time on split screen on the Note 9? Not anymore. There was a time when you could do that, but not anymore. And have Heat from YouTube Tech Wife. Wait, were you asking if I was doing photo editing cheating or something like that? No, I do not cheat on my wife. Part 2 of the Note 9 tips coming soon. Yes, it will be coming this weekend. Someone asked that earlier. It will be coming this weekend. In my opinion, the new Apple Watch is very overrated. It's simple fact that watch faces are very limited, and why spend $500 for LTE version on top of cost of the plan? I agree with that. It's still on sale, Ricky. Check Amazon. Oh, the Voyager? Yeah, no, I did see that when I searched it, I could buy it on Amazon. iOS 12 is having OLED problems, just like the Pixel 2. Oh, it has a blue tint on it? But why would the iOS... So it's a software fix that could be fixed. If iOS 12 brought the issue, that means it's a software fix that should be allowed to fix it. When OnePlus 6T coming, tell me please. It is coming on October 17th is the announcement. So my guess is before the end of the year. Or sorry, before the end of the month of October. 12 years ago, I was rocking the Sidekick 08. Then I got the G1. Got it, since the G1. LG Voyager was one for Verizon. My friend had that one. Yep, same here. My first Android was the HTC G1. Difference between live chat and top chat on here, YouTube. I don't know what a top chat is. I don't know. I only see, oh. Oh, so I can look at top chat or live chat, but by default it puts me on top chat because it says it basically makes it so that spam isn't visible. So that is what top chat is, I guess, without the spam. Mi madre got the G1. It was pretty cool. Remember when the G1 got Maps update? I thought it was the coolest thing ever. My uncle had a Sidekick, a BlackBerry Storm. I had an ex that had a BlackBerry Storm. And then I had the Droid and she was pissed off. Mine was a Sidekick. Mine was a revolutionary BlackBerry Slider. HTC Volt. Oh man, I remember that one. Moto Droid, then went to the S3. My first smartphone was a full screen HTC HD7. I remember that name, but I don't remember what it was. My first Android was an S2 Sprint called the Samsung Epic. That's right, they all had like different names. The S2 came out for Sprint, for AT&T and T-Mobile, while Verizon got the Samsung Nexus like 3 months later or something like that. How to get in a giveaway? We did a giveaway last time around with the Honor phones. That was just entering in on that webpage. But we do have a Patreon giveaway every month. Although I'll let you guys know that might be coming to an end. We have to see, but Patreon's kind of like, oh, well, we don't want you giving away stuff as a possibility. So they want me to collect money but not give anything in return that could be a raffle kind of thing. So we'll have to see. I'm in talks with them right now. Are you going to do a drop test with any phones? No, I will not do a drop test with any phones. I cannot afford to buy so many phones. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. What do you think about Lenovo laptops? I think they're really good. My wife's old laptop was a Lenovo. Her new one is a Dell. But Lenovo laptops are great for the money specifically. So yeah, good. Though before the HTC T7 had a BlackBerry Flip, it was pretty cool for a while. My first smartphone was the first iPhone, then the S3, then Samsung ever since. Blue shift. When you turn the phone on sideways, it turns blue. Again, if it wasn't like that with iOS 11 and suddenly was like that with iOS 12, then it should be a software update that should be able to fix it. BlackBerry Torch. Zane lost touchpad connection after 2 months. That sucks. My first was the LG Optimus 5. I remember the Optimus series. I have the new Note 9. Can you tell me some things I should know just to get today? Just watch our how to set up the Note 9. I mean, we have so many videos on the Note 9. Watch our playlist. It's just so many things. You need to know them all. Do you have one try? Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean by do you have one try to show us? What happened to Bixby? I slimmed out big time and even voice password is gone. Yeah, they kind of come back. Your hair looks great. Thank you. I am growing it out as we speak. This is 4 weeks in? 4 weeks in so far. Yes. Freaking white hair. It's annoying. But yeah. I want to know 10. I want to know 10 too. How future-proof will 8 gigs RAM Note 9 be in your opinion? October 6th is my ship date. Can't wait. I think it'll be, I mean, it'll easily be great for like 2 years, no problem. I feel like it's after that where it can start to get outdated and maybe have software issues at that point. That's how I feel about most smartphones. So if you get a flagship, I feel like you might run into issues after 2 years, even with the flagship. Not sure if I should buy the S9 Plus or wait for the new Google Pixel. I hate waiting, lol. Come on, I mean, Google Pixel is going to be announced October 9th. It's not that long of a wait. Hey, Ricky watching on Blue YouTube Vase. What is that? I want to know. Maybe robots will learn how to hypnotize us by then. Oh, you mean with the eyewear? Do you remember the Samsung Galaxy player? I do remember the Samsung Galaxy player. We actually had that on our channel early back in the days. That was an awesome MP3 player, the Galaxy player. The first smartphone style device that had front stereo speakers. First ever one by Samsung too. This was way before the boom sound too. I remember the Galaxy player was expensive. It was. I mean, it was the same price as the iPod. It was actually a little bit less than the iPod for the similar storage. But they had a 4.2 and a 5.0, I think. But yeah, it was. I remember those for sure. We had them on the channel. Will the Gear S2 get Bixby update to replace S Voice? I don't think so. I was talking about Samsung 5T being on Amazon. Samsung 5T? Oh, got it. The hard drive's still on sale. Oh, okay, then I might get it. Galaxy S10 5G in January, right? I don't think so, but we'll see. I still think it's February, but we'll have to wait and see. First Android was the Samsung Alpha. I don't remember Samsung Alpha. I'm not sure. My first phone was the Palm. I didn't even know how to use it. I think that was all of us with smartphones when we first started out. Hey, what's up? The iPhone XS Max is having a lot of problems. I've heard of Wi-Fi issues, the problems, but nothing else. How do I update my BIOS in Dell laptop? Use their software. They should have their own software to update the BIOS. That's how I've updated my wife's. They have Dell update, basically software built into it that should allow you to update the BIOS. iPhone 10 Max. Do you have one? Yes, I do. I like the lines in your hair if it doesn't sound weird. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, so most people still ask this about me, but it's going to be less and less. You can see it now, but these lines in my hair are actually bumps in my head. So if I go across, I'm actually having bumps. But people always think I designed it that way. Something I've had all my life. My first was the HTC Thunderbolt. I feel sorry for you with the battery life on that phone. I remember how bad that battery life was. Then I went to the S2, S3, went to the Note 3, and stuck with the Note ever since. Will there be a Note 10? I do believe so, but we'll have to wait and see. There are a lot of rumors saying no. I just can't believe Samsung would do it. 2 Whitestone tempered glass failed. Really? What happened with your tempered glass, man? I have not had any issues with my tempered. My tempered glass has stayed on the entire time. And even on the pre-production model that I did, it stayed on. So yeah. Just a bit longer, and Ricky will be the glorious Captain America. I know. I want the Captain America hair. I don't think I'm gonna get that till. I don't think I'll get as long as Captain America had it in Infinity War till next year. I told my wife probably March is when I would have that long of a hair. Ricky with the ponytail or a man bun. Place your votes. No. There will be no ponytail and no man bun. Never. I say Warriors wolf tail. No. Let's see. So Whitestone Dome compatible with OtterBox Defender Note 9. Yes, I tested it out with it. So yeah, it is. How soon will Black Friday ads come out? They usually come out in early November or mid-November, depending on how things leak. YouTube Vance, look it up for everyone here. YouTube based. I don't know what that is. I'll check that what out that is. How do I jailbreak T-Mobile Revel? My sister wants to know. Like Alex said, go to XDA Developer for any kind of basically on how to root. They always have one. XDA Developer. My first non-smarty phone was cool. Was a Nokia full keyboard MP3 player. It was like the N-Gage. Oh, that's cool. My first smartphone was the HTC Incredible. I remember that. Really good photos at the time for that one. Razer Max. Got it. If you have an iPhone 10 Max, show us the blue shift. I watched that problem on other channels. Show us, please. I only have it on this screen, so I don't see a blue shift. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. Total blue shift. I don't know if you can see it on your screen though. It's like, no, I think my camera isn't really getting it, but yeah, there is a total blue shift. Immediately I noticed it. So yeah, there is a blue shift. Yep, there is. You watch American Horror Story? No, I don't. Again, I've had, I mean, literally you saw me put the OtterBox Defender on the phone, and I've had this Whitestone glass since I got the phone, so it worked for me, but I'm not saying it can't work. Did you get the Galaxy View tablet a couple years ago? And if so, when's the last time you used it? I still have it. Yes, my wife uses it actually more than me. It's her go-to tablet when she's taking a bath. She just likes to watch, you know, news or anything out there in the world. But yeah, we also had the TCL one in the kitchen. There was like a 17.3 inch one. I didn't like that one as much, and we replaced it with the Lenovo Smart Display, the 10-inch version. So we still need to do a video for that. OLED or QLED TV? What to get new 60-inch. I still believe OLED is better than QLED. Definitely. Micro LED is going to be the best when it comes out, but I still would say OLED is better than QLED, but it's also more expensive in most cases, so yeah. I think the best Android phone was the HTC Evo. I think the HTC Evo is one of the best ones for its time, for sure. It also had that amazing video that says, "I don't care, but it can build you a jet. I don't care." Yeah, like it was a hilarious thing. But I would say the Droid started it, the Evo continued it, and the S3 finished it for the dominance of Apple falling. So yeah, that's what I would say. Let's see. I say you should do a reverse mohawk. No. Do you believe that the Note 9 is superior to the S6 Max? Too early to tell. What's the best budget phone for under 300? I don't know. I would have to look through them. We've reviewed a couple. The 7X, Honor 7X is definitely a contender, and so would the G6, Moto G6. Let's see. Philips Norelco One Blade Pro. I do not know anything about it, so I don't know. Can you send me an Why Stone tempered glass doesn't work on mine? Got cracked from it and had to replacement sent to me. That's crazy. Again, I mean, it worked fine for me, and like I love these ones. I really want to get a screen protector for my iPhone Max, but I don't want to. But they don't have it out yet, so yeah. When will Zag make Vision Guard blue light screen protector for the Note 9? I don't know. Zag doesn't really support the Note as much as they do the iPhone, unfortunately. I've noticed that. My family has OLED and my grandmother has QLED. I prefer OLED. Yeah, I agree. Business in the front, party at the back. Is Samsung going to make Galaxy View 2 tablet? Yeah, we covered that I think 2 weeks ago on Mobile Weekly. That there is going to be a View 2 tablet coming soon. Are rumors and images of the OnePlus 6T launch date true? Yes, October 17th. What size screen will the Note 10 be? 6.5, 6.64? I think it has a good chance of being 6.5. Alright guys, I think we will call that a show. Really, always, I can't tell you guys how much I always appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to give a like, thumbs up before you head out. Share this video with your family, friends, and anyone you know on social media. Really always appreciate it. And yeah, lots of videos coming this weekend, including the long-awaited 10 more hidden features on the Note 9. And yes, we are going to bring these two head-to-head. Alright guys, thank you again always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.